Wow, wonderful. Thank you. You're an amazing crowd. That's so empowering. If you could see what I see, it's just beautiful to see you out there. Thank you. So I want to do a big shout out to RTV from Austria. They are sending the main live stream signal to various other channels like To The High Wire. Big shout out to RTV from Austria. Thank you. And now, our next speaker. I don't need to introduce him. You know him. He is a physician, a scientist, and a scholar. Welcome, Dr. Robert Malone.
It's always a hard act to follow James Lindsay, so please forgive me if I don't meet the status. I'd like to speak to you of the Battle of Evermore. We're here in Geneva, the international capital of globalism. We all sense an impending battle. But do we know who is friend and who is foe? Do we understand our allies as well as our opponents? Simple stereotypes will not lead us to victory. Both sides think they represent the future. Both sides think that they're battling evil to save the world. All involved passionately believe they fight for the common good. On one side, with a sense of noblesse oblige, a transnational elite works to advance a unified, globalized, centralized political and economic world order. A world order based on a command economy rooted in massive databases, predictive artificial intelligence-driven decision-making, and the merging of man and machine to create a new species. Fulfilling this objective is believed to require universal surveillance, propaganda powered by modern psychology, algorithmic censorship, cultural homogenization, and centralized automated economic controls and resource allocation. I believe this will be a digital, technocratic, and bureaucratic hell. I believe that Yeats' rough beast, its hour come round at last, now slouches towards Geneva to be born. And I believe in humanity, and I believe in the divine. Our side believes in the pragmatic benefits of the principle of subsidiarity, which is written into the charter of the European Union. That being decision-making at the most local, competent, politically representative structure. Decentralization. We believe in decentralization, nationalism, unique cultural identities, individual and national sovereignty, and the power of human innovation. Centralized planning and control destroys the ability of individuals, cultures, and nations to innovate. Globalized, centralized planning and control will kill the motivation and ability of the human race to adapt to changing conditions. After the Soviet Union and so many others, do we really need another example before we can learn this lesson? Or does each era need to recycle history? Elevating a new globalized, centralized nobility will not lead to prosperity, innovation, and effective adaptation. It will destroy these things. We've seen the failure of this model over the last few years in the COVID crisis. How many more examples do we need? I believe in the power of diversified, independent thought, cultural heritage, and freedom. In this battle, I do not know which vision will prevail. What I do know is that old imperialistic models are outdated, and old empires and old ways of geopolitical thought face imminent collapse. But they will not go quietly into the night. And what I am absolutely sure of is that censorship will not save this version of imperialism currently hiding behind the weaponized propaganda term democracy. And that the weaponization of fear, of infectious disease, to control human behavior is ethically evil, and that those who deploy these unethical practices to advance their objectives of political power, profit, and control should be shamed and condemned. The use of psychological bioterrorism is wrong, and it must stop. For the sake of our children, we must oppose both transhumanism and weaponized fear. And we must insist on freedom, damn it.